Well, originally it studied schools that were making a difference in literacy achievement despite their socioeconomic status. So we looked at the schools that were achieving higher than the rate of poverty might recommend, and we studied those schools to learn what they were doing differently, and we found that across the different areas of socioeconomic status, so from high poverty schools to low poverty schools, there were some things that were commonly happening in those schools, and the Reading Now Network articulated those factors, and we're able to share those with our whole region. After we identified what these schools were doing differently, we then partnered closely with a few schools of our own in our different ISDs in our counties. So I, coming from Muskegon ISD, partnered with one school very closely, our ISD, named Moon Elementary in Muskegon Public. They became our lab school, and we, for the most part, did what this HIL grant would do, but at a very small scale with one school. Ottawa Area ISD has a couple lab schools as well, so we were learning in conjunction with the work that they were doing as we moved forward to support these schools, doing whatever it takes. So I was kind of like a HIL facilitator for Moon Elementary before we had the HIL grant. The same happening in Ottawa and in Allegan and in Montcalm. So many places, and in Kent as well, many places there were lab schools happening, but how many people can support that at just an ISD level? So the HIL grant comes in, and all of a sudden we were able to magnify that to 75 schools and more schools in the future. So that is how it's a game changer. We are able to take what we've learned, learn more from the researchers involved in the next pieces with the Essentials and with Western Michigan University, and capitalize and expand. So for the last 2 years, the Reading Now Network has been working with lab schools in each of the counties. Lab schools simply mean a school that we've partnered with really closely to help them meet their goals in literacy. And that's happened in many different ways because each school is unique. So in that partnership and in that co-learning for a couple of years, we were able to support the schools to make some significant changes in literacy achievement. What the HIL grant does is allow us to do that with many, many more schools. We couldn't expand that with the capacity we already had in our counties. The HIL grant is able to expand that with educational leaders across Michigan coming together to partner with 75 schools now. And again, just support the school in determining what they want to do to help literacy become, a success story for each of the kids.